Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Direbear, and welcome to Falskallan Nights. I'm your host, the Bard with no name. Before we get into... Oh, jeez. Stiff neck. Before we get into the game, we're going to go through a couple of announcements. First of all, our sponsor for the night, D&D Beyond. Thank you for D&D Beyond for allowing us to run, well, Dungeons & Dragons in a more consolidated way. That way I know what my players are up to, and I can play with their little sheets while they're not looking. Good luck finding my little Easter eggs.
Excuse me.
Direbear now actually has a merch shop. And so with a couple of stream commands, you can bring it up and we can actually link it to you within the stream. And it'll be popping up periodically. That, with also it being Pride, we also have Pride merch. For everybody in the community. We are all allies here. We all support you. But also, it helps support us so we can create more content to give to you guys. It's a win-win situation. You want to look good, we want to do good, so keep feeding us, we'll feed you. Just want to say that if you haven't had the chance to go take a look at Monday night's game, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, you should, because Heath, the Direbear GM, is an excellent dungeon master storyteller, been doing it for decades, and our own Spleen is actually a part of the game too. You might recognize the voice, you might not. Who knows? I say this as she's munching on a thing, just... But nonetheless, we do have new stream commands as well for any of our campaign settings. So if you do exclamation point Falskallan Nights, one word, no capitals, you'll actually get a little blurb of this world. And you can do it to all the other games as well. So give that a good check out. You can do that things. But with that, I believe that's everything for now. So roll the tape. Last time on Falskallan Nights, Team Them fought Izana Ravenford. Old colleague of Team Them? No, not at all. But with Spleen closing in, Howard and Halsterian preparing to ensnare and with casted spells, Izana, with a quick thought and decision, suggested to Spleen that she should go fuck her friends up. With the spell taking charge, giving Izana a moment of reprieve, her Nightmare Foal had taken the initiative to shift her out of existence and the fight, leaving Team Them with two issues: an Earth Elemental that had come from a central pillar, and now a turned Spleen. With some intuitive maneuvers, Diamondback had quickly realized that with a Shatter spell, and had a greater effect on the menacing Earth Elemental. Spleen, on the other hand, had taken a real liking to attacking Howard, bringing him down to his knees in 3 fell swoops. The fight continued on until Morgenthau reached out to his god, Soulweaver, and the suggested bindings on Spleen were released. With the earth elementals form released into molded soil and rock, Spleen, in a fit of rage, took it upon herself to start flipping tables, throwing documents everywhere. Realizing that there is information that could be used in these documents, Yunner Howard and Hal Starion began to recompile these words, finding out that there were extensive maps of ley lines between major cities, underground river chartings, locations to drop off prepared mushrooms in Menestad, and prisoner transfers. Most main names meant nothing until Howard and Hal recognized a few names, old students from the academy, that seemed to have gone missing. Phineas Barrow and Taikaba Tuan. With a lot of questions raised and very few answered, what will Team Them do now? Team, you are still in the middle of this cavern. A stream of water flowing through, a couple of docked ships, well, boats, and a lot of information standing in front of you. You've been here for about an hour now? And it's quiet, given what you guys are used to.
Burn everything down.
Well, I don't mean to dampen the good mood or nothing, but I was under the impression that we're going to be more of these cultist bastards down here, and I get the feeling we might have missed a few.
Yeah, probably.
Just checking that lady that kind of went away, she's one of the cultists? Are we thinking that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well, should we find some more?
Yeah, I mean, we still could go backwards. I mean, there was the other rooms. We just checked out one and just kept going. We still got more. This can't
Sounds
be. Well, it looks like we stumbled, I guess, like the leader or maybe a captain. And then the little shit. So, which was a grand surprise.
Yeah, she really seems to have taken a shine to y'all.
Yeah. I'm just curious how her father would feel about what she's been doing.
Oh, you know her dad?
Are you gonna snitch to her daddy?
Oh, we know her dad.
Is
Took
he
care of a
important?
giant for him. Well, not necessarily for him in particular, but for the town.
What do you mean took care? Like, you babysat it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that makes more sense. Probably a bit easier. I can imagine they're a handful.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Anybody else need any more healing, or want to count out more of the coin?
Well, I'm feeling a bit better, and always count the coin in a more safe area once we're done.
Sounds good to me. I'm good to go whenever we're all ready. Wouldn't mind actually stabbing something instead of getting hit about.
And your daggers didn't get along with the rocks?
Nope. It was a bit embarrassing. Not gonna lie, I was expecting a bit more from the new blade, but
Yeah.
we'll find the right target.
So, are we taking all these papers? Because if we're not taking them, they're not going to keep them.
No, we should take them. I'm gonna start scooping papers up, try to stack them decently, and stick them in a bag.
Quick question to everybody, because I was out last session. Did we explore over here at all? Like, not to metagame too much, like, I can see it on the map.
Where at again?
Are you talking about the giant loot pile in
Yeah,
the?
just about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
that
oh,
no. I had basically said this was more or less just a general layout. But you
So-
guys did find money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna entice you with a bunch of money and non-practical items to be like, that's just cruelty. It's like, congratulations, you did good. Here's a gold star.
yeah.
You didn't say the magic word.
God.
Yeah, adventurers, great work there. You okay if I pay you back in exposure?
It's like
God, he's an
experience, right?
influencer.
But yeah, when we asked about that, that's when we got all the potions and other things.
Okay.
So
Yeah. There was just a lot of things going on at once in that like very short amount of time. It was like, okay, we're gonna start with information, then we're gonna end with loot.
Woo!
Which I don't know if we determined who was carrying the potions. I know I identified them, but I don't know if I handed them off to anyone.
As far as I know, Yimmer's the only one with the sneezing.
oh yeah,
Okay.
Yimmer held on to that. He sniffed it, started coughing and all that stuff. So he understands it. Gets the gist.
Anyone else want the other two?
If nobody's got strong feelings on the potion of lightning resistance, your squishy little bard might take that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Spleen, you want to be able to get really big without me one time?
I think that would be a
Sure,
good
why
idea.
not?
Alright.
What, you don't want to do that anymore?
Oh, I'm all for doing it, but just in case I can't for some reason or another, and you want to, it's gonna last a lot longer than my spell does, forewarning.
How long?
Anywhere between 1 and 4 hours. If it lasts longer than that, get me in hell, because that's a problem.
Okay, can we get our medical disclaimer now there, Tom?
Yeah. Potion of Enlarge is highly tested, but if your potion of Enlarge lasts longer than 4 hours, please consult your local apothecary. Side effects may include depression, getting smaller, getting even smaller, going subatomic, and death.
Please enjoy Rubifax.
I'm available for hire. Email within.
Amazing.
That's why I stick to mushrooms.
Here to hear, do shrooms.
Yeah. That's my response to many things.
Yeah, it's well, not even a response. Every now and again, it's his response, his introduction, main cooking ingredient. Pretty sure his pillow's got a few of them stuffed in it every night.
Yeah. Some of them are spongy. Anyways, as much as I'd like to keep flapping our jaws, I think we did have a job to do. Shall we go find someone to stab and smash?
Yeah. I'm down for that. Blade's getting thirsty.
So Yimmer starts walking back the way we came then.
Okay, so going up the set of stairs, you do hit a fork in the road. Left hand side, you guys came in from, but there's still a continuation.
Well, what are we thinking? Should we go back to where we started, or just stay in this area and check it all out?
I mean, while we're here, might as well.
Makes sense to me.
Let's look at every nook and cranny here.
That's right, you would.
Yeah. Oh yeah. any crack, I'm gonna explore it.
For a second, I thought we were on the same page. Now I think we're talking about different things.
Well, you see, Yimmer, when two grown consenting adults really love each other,
Oh, I know that. I know that. I was just getting excited about exploring things, and then, well,
Too.
So was she.
you want to stealth ahead again, Yimmer?
yeah, I think I'll do that. And
I'll go with you.
Yimmer's gonna stealth and check it out.
Roll a stealth check.
I'll go with him if I might.
Oh
right.
no! Oh no!
Oh,
Only
yeah.
a 16.
Oh, that's not good. That is an 11 from me.
11. Cool. The both of you start taking formation. You know the drill. Let the small one go in front. He knows what he's doing. Moving along. Diamondback, you get in the same formation, but I think a strap got a little bit jostled in the battle, and your loot's creating a little more noise than it needs to.
Oh.
Moving ahead, you round the corner. Move around the corner, and you come up into an opening, and there looks to be a lot of beds hanging around. There, you see the room does continue on and move within a snake-like way further down and slaloms out. You can't see further than that, but there is a singular door within this room with a lot of beds on them.
Can we signal for them to come with us?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
Is it just beds, or are there like foot lockers or any valuables about?
Yeah, there are tables, foot lockers. I just wanted to set the scene on that one, but there are definitely like shelves. Looks like there's changes of clothes and whatnot. Foot lockers. Some are open and just an absolute mess. Other beds are absolutely like militaristically cleaned and made.
Takes old times, I guess. If possible, I'd like to start mildly rooting through things for anything valuable.
Make an investigation check. I'm
Alrighty.
assuming everybody's coming up at once.
Mhm.
mhm.
Mogenthau, did you hear what I had said there, or no? Okay. Basically, you walked into a barracks, and so there are beds laying about, foot lockers, shelving, and everything that goes with it. We're going to do investigation checks.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
I'll
specifically
definitely
looking
help
for
with that.
contraband.
You're for contraband.
Yeah.
This is not that militaristic.
Yeah, it's a barracks. Like, this isn't the captain's quarters. Like, there's
Okay,
no.
so who rolled what? Howard.
Oh, 4.
Four?
5.
Diamondback.
Sorry, 4 is my modifier.
All right, Diamondback.
11 seems to be my number tonight.
11's your number. Spleen.
1.
1. Yimmer.
6.
6. Mogenthau. oh,
Oh no.
So all of you guys are just kind of doing a quick rummage through, thinking, okay, we're going to be a little bit thorough through.
For a total of 5, for
For a
what it's
total.
worth.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
I rolled a 2 minus a 1.
You're running around. Oh, you open up a locker that's open. You're thinking, free stuff. Ugh. Somebody put their dirty socks and undies in that one.
Not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
Don't suppose anybody's got a fire spell or anything like that.
I'll take it. I'll get rid of it. I promise.
I cast for breeze.
I mean, I can burn it.
Let's just make sure we can get out somewhere else. No need to cut off our only point of in and out.
Yeah, fair.
That's how I like doing things. I don't want to tell anyone how to do their thing, but seems safe.
Continuing on through, you find a couple copper, a few silver, not a lot going on there. You end up with like in total maybe 10 silver and 50 copper for what you'd found. It really wasn't a lot. A couple of journals, but a couple of like sketches, others like you do see like swords, some swords that had been laid down and whatnot, and they looked like they were in the middle of sharpening with a whetstone right beside them.
I'm not one to put down an emerging artist too soon, but I really don't think this one ought to quit their day job.
It's a very shitty drawing of a cow.
The cow?
Yeah, it's what do you think it might be?
I
Not
thought
to
it was
say.
a dog.
Not sure I've ever seen a 5-legged cow before. Oh, wait, I think it might be a bull.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah.
Mm. Oh. Oh.
You dick.
Well, I don't think we're going to find too much more than that. Should we keep going?
So there's, just to reiterate, there is like another door in this place, and then like the room actually still continues on within its like the slaloming.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying that like there is something else here.
Should we go to the door?
I don't
After
know.
you.
I don't know. The DM seems quite set.
I'm set on you for doing and getting into this goddamn room. I put it here. I worked hard.
Yuma
I keep
goes over
walking
to
now.
the door.
I have one job in this ship, and it's a stupid job.
Yuma goes over to the door. Does his check.
He does his check. I'm lumping in that investigation check. But that's just funny.
He's so red. Breathe. Breathe.
I've got sunburn, man. So this is
Okay, I was like, dang.
I'm not
Yeah.
actually like
Yeti
Just-
con.
yeah. You're doing your check. You're not finding it to be trapped, but you find it locked.
Okay. I start doing my
Start
thing.
doing your thing. Make a lock picking check. Or a thieves
Is that
tool.
sleight of hand?
It's thieves tool, so it's whatever you have plus proficiency. Yeah, so it is a sleight of hand, I guess.
Okay. Come on, big money. Hey, 19.
19?
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
opens.
almost.
You stick it in, you find the right lock and tumbler, you just oh, there it is. Click.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do most times.
Fairly simple lock system. It's
Well, don't undercut me.
What? What'd you do? I didn't see it.
I can
They don't need to know it was just a single latch lock. Takes
all
away
right,
the
buddy.
mystique.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
The door opens and you see a giant bed. Like compared to everything else that was in here, this looks like it held someone of importance.
Now this is where the good stuff is. And so I'll look for non-contraband this time.
Non-contraband. Walking through, you start looking, and sorry, just trying to go through my head what else is in there. You see a couple of paintings on the wall. It just very crude, large field landscapings and whatnot. Some flowers that have been wilted. You hard to discern what they were. A couple of desks and a lot of notes and scrawlings. You see a giant tome right in the middle of one of them. There is a footlocker at the end of this bed and a couple of dressers with it as well.
Well, I'm not really a book kind of guy if someone wants to look at the tomes, but I
I'll take a
am more
look.
of a footlocker.
Like
Okay.
how?
I'll take a look.
All right, so you're gonna go take a look at the footlaw. Okay, we're gonna start. Okay, so footlocker for you. You're for Yimmer. I'm pointing at my screen. It doesn't make sense to everyone else. Howard, you're going for the tome.
Mm-hmm.
Howard, you're going for the tome.
Brady Bunch.
Mogenthau, what are you going for?
I was also gonna go for the tome, but maybe can I give him advantage?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So we'll start. We'll start with Yimmer.
What am I doing?
Spleen, Diamondback, anything?
Yes.
Taking on the
Okay.
role of moral support.
Okay,
Okay. So,
Yimmer.
investigation.
You find that this thing is locked.
Oh, I got this. Actually, nope, I'll go straight to lockpicking.
Go straight to lockpicking. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a lockpicking check.
Keys are for wimps. And that's gonna be 18.
18. Right on. Again. This one's a little more complicated this time. Click, 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 click,
Making me work for this one. I like it.
click, and it opens up. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Hmm. 18. I don't like the sound of that.
18.
Yeah.
As you open it up, you hear a and a
Oh,
bunch
damn.
of green gas spews right out. You, being nimble on your feet, just get out of the way, but you breathe in a little bit of that. So you'll take. That'll be 6 points of poison damage.
Because I'm resistant, that's down to 3.
That is down to 3.
Oh. I've dealt with worse. Good. A+ for trying there.
All right. So now we're going to go switch over to Howard and Mogenthau. So you go up to the tome. It's this pretty thick leather-bound material. Looks rough. Very much like
Ooh, it's thick.
it. That boy thick. Bring it. It's all wrapped together and it looks very like cobbled. Bunch of notes thrown in and everything that goes with it. So you open it up.
Yeah.
The scrawlings on it look very, very like quickly drawn out, and like the handwriting is not particularly neat, but it's very thorough in the writings itself. You're trying to find a name. What are you trying to do? Like, is there anything in specifics that you're looking for? Like,
I'm just generally seeing what's in it.
okay, so you're flipping it through, and some of it looks like it's a journal. And then you start looking through, and you start seeing, like, alchemic formulas and conversions. Others are, like, runic notes for different little things. That you're just looking through it quickly, and you recognize what they are, but you're not finding out what they are just yet.
Anything related to the summoning at all?
Anything related to summoning. Now make an investigation check.
Okay.
With advantage because Mogenthau is helping.
That's a good thing. No, come back!
Why'd you throw your dice that way?
I didn't mean to. Oh, definitely
Math
good
box
thing it
gone.
had advantage. That's a 22
22? Cool.
Nice.
versus a 6.
You're flipping through, and you find. Wait a minute. You recognize one of these drawings. It looked like one of those elementals that you fought on the bridge at Solomilok's bridge.
Yep.
The title on top of it just says Blister Coil Weird.
Oh, that's a weird name. I close. How big is this thing?
It's pretty big.
Will it fit in a bag?
I mean, you can certainly try.
And I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Mogenthau, as you're helping him out, you look up and you see a smaller, more journal-like book right in front of you.
I'll give it a good looky-loo.
Give it a good look into. You open up and flip to the first page, and it says Izana Ravenford in the ledger.
Does his name ring any bells for me?
No.
Hey, y'all, you ever heard of an Eyes on a Ravenfort?
Hey, you remember that little shit we just fought?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the one. I think.
Please tell me it's her diary.
Unless there's
Definitely
another
screamed
Izana.
her name in anger not too long ago. So,
I mean,
yeah.
assuming there's not a second Izana, that's her.
It looks most certainly like a diary.
I start
is-
reading that shit out loud.
Okay.
What?
So, Yimmer, now back to you.
Mhm. Well, as he's kind of like, wait, this is her room?
Yep.
You sort of have some good stuff in it then. And starts digging
Rummage.
through.
You see a bunch.
Coughing.
You see a bunch of different dresses. Some are in very vibrant reds, tailored and tapered into a green. You see some robes, some very basic, dirtied clothing and whatnot. Underneath, you find a locket.
Picks it up.
Yep. So it's a standard locket. It looks fairly expensive. It's gold filigree, silver plated, and you see a lot of like intricate designs on it. It looks very old and very elvish in design in nature.
Is there any way to open it? Like, Yemma would start inspecting it and see if there's anything inside.
Yeah, you can do that. You start looking around. You find the little clip in the latch. You press it, and it looks stuck. It feels stuck.
Oh, damn it. Start shaking it.
You shake it. There's nothing rattling on the inside there.
Hey, Yim.
Yeah.
That look anything like that locket they dug out of the ruins in Korhiara?
Oh. Would I recognize it as such?
Make a history check. The both of you.
Ooh,
Ready. Find me a dice that will roll higher than an 11.
19.
I was not paying attention in Korhiara on that one.
Buddy. Before I explain that to you
Well,
guys,
just-
Thou, Howard, you're reading a diary out loud. You're flipping
Dear
it.
diary.
Dear diary. There's a lot of ugliness in this world. And I sure as hell is a part of it. No, you start going through and you start speaking out loud a lot of the things, and a lot of it is just general being and just utter pissed off. And then you start getting a little bit closer to the end of the book. There really isn't a lot of things of substance to it. It's just general thoughts and understandings and moods.
Ugh. Today I broke my favorite shoes. You guys, you would not even believe.
You start getting closer to the end of the book. We're starting getting closer to today's date, and you find a date 3 months ago, and you start getting into more meaty stuff. Like, this organization is not what I thought it would be. I know that they were causing chaos, but I didn't realize that they were working under the hand of another organization. Secrets, secrets, secrets. I fucking hate them all. Now I'm stuck doing their bidding instead of doing what I want. My first attempts to cause commotion by my predecessors by sending bags of devouring to people was a critical. People can see that coming from a mile away, especially magic users. Such a cautious bunch of folk. My idea to hit key target with brutal force was deemed too risky by Felug and his associates, and had now given me specific timelines to. At least I can get to prod that fucking highly tailored goblin fuckface in his operations. What's he gonna do? Go to the authorities? Good luck with that. That's the end of that entry.
Yes, I've got a big old crush on some boy.
Chris. Pratt.
I'm
Keep
just
looking.
Chris
gonna
Pratt.
casually start setting fire to the clothing.
Alright.
Oh, this
Howard.
was some good stuff.
Yimmer Diamondback. Yeah, Yimmer actually does look like one of those.
No, you're right. It was one of those things.
Good.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I said I shouldn't touch it. And here I am holding it. Well,
I quickly check to see if my jacket is on fire.
well, I'm not dead yet, so I think we're okay.
Well, I want to check on my baby and see how my baby's doing.
Bree's been out and about and following you around.
Great. Remember what I showed you, alright? Remember the hand signal. I do this and you shred, okay? So I'll put this in front of you, alright? Okay, this is from a shitty person. This is her clothes. So ready? Go, 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 go.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Okay.
What is this again?
16?
Bree is your crocodile.
Oh, that's
It's a
right.
little
Okay.
baby
Your little
crocodile.
baby crocodile.
My
Okay.
baby. My baby.
Traz, I didn't give her a pet. She found an egg, and then they found a way to properly incubate it by things I gave them accidentally.
Why are people concerned with me having things?
We're not allowed to have nice things because of you. You can't have nice things because of you.
That's a mighty cute dog you got there.
This is my child. This is my baby.
She's
Her
getting
name
big.
is Bree. She's getting bigger. She was smaller because she's a baby. I cannot breastfeed. Just meat. Not my meat. Other people's meat. Or creatures.
Well, conversations are never going to be boring with you, that's for sure.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's a new one. Can't say I've come across a pet crocodile. But if it does what you ask, then I guess it's okay. I'm just gonna step back from it a little.
He's very sweet.
I'm sure he is. He's just gonna be as big as me very soon.
While this conversation is happening, Howard is lighting. You're wanting to light things on fire?
Yeah, any clothing she didn't pull out of the closet for Bree to shred.
Okay. You start doing that, Mogenthau. You continue on reading. Do you, I should say?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. You start getting closer and you find another entry dated from 2 months ago. The attempt to fuse elementals has been met with mixed success. Aldrich Thunderhammer in the Onver chapter seems to have caught the attention of Felug and his friends in high places, only being able to temporarily do temporary fusing and bindings. The elementals are highly unstable and unpredictable. I've come to call them blister coil weirds. Overall, I've lost more soldiers to these experiments than those damned mushrooms. At least the mushrooms are much easier to maintain. I hate being pressed by that fucking half-orc and his stupid organization. This is what I get for taking what I want and killing that fucking pig. We're running out of brining liquid. I'll need to ask Felug for more. The boys in Bloknesvik have been lacking in their shipments to me in mushrooms. That's the end of that entry.
Are any of these names ringing bells for me?
So you're talking Felug and Aldrich? Make a history check.
Which of you won't betray me? That is an 11.
That's an 11. You thought you heard of the name Aldrich, but you can't remember where.
Mogenthau.
Aldrich.
Mogenthau was saying this all out loud.
Yeah.
Would Yimmer have any kind of knowledge of a underground mushroom trade that this seems to be? Or like any figures that would be involved with such a thing?
The black market is an extensive trade network that deals in basically anything and everything. Mushrooms are not exactly high on that list because most of the time are like they're mushrooms. There's no real rare ones be going around. And everything that you've been dealing with right now have been fairly common.
Okay.
So no, there hasn't been anything of note that you would have purposely paid attention to. You would have been like, okay, mushroom, whatever.
Okay.
As he's reading that out loud, Bree's having a fun time ripping into.
It is lunchtime, so I need to make sure she eats and takes a nap or she gets cranky.
Howard, I'd like for you to make an Arcana check.
Okie dokie.
I'd like for you to make an Arcana handling check.
You know, I don't think I've had a single good Arcana check this whole game. That's a 1 on the die for a 5 total.
Lord.
You're trying to rein back your spells just enough to cause enough burning to there. Oops.
What did I say about lighting things on fire? Oh. Yep.
The room starts filling with a little bit of smoke. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit.
Maybe I should start snuffing out some of the fires.
Start snuffing up the fire.
Yeah, I have prestidigitate at the moment, so.
You start prestidigitate? Prestidigitate? Putting things out is easy enough with prestidigitation. You didn't catch enough things on fire for it to be an absolute nightmare to deal with. But now there's the smell of burning silk, and it's not exactly friendly. It leaves a stench here.
Yeah, let it linger.
Yeah.
Mogenthau.
Hope she comes back while it's still in the air.
Yes.
You keep on reading?
Yes.
You find the last entry, and it was dated a month ago. The Onver and Blosnekvik chapters. That's a tongue twister. Woo!
What?
Have been in severe hiding. Looking like the big boys have come to play. Lucky for me, I've been able to control the earth elementals to help me burrow and keep our operations under control. This means our spore-producing operations have been nearly ground to a halt. Aldrich and Kilsander better get their asses in gear, or I'll be blamed for not holding up my timeline. These fuckers have zero patience with me, especially when they figure out what's going on when I'm taking out those goblin business ventures. I'm sick and tired of hearing that fucking voice.
Is that our goblin friend? Not you, Spleen, the other goblin friend.
Oh yeah.
You mean the fellow that contracted us to be down here in the first place?
Yeah, that
Mhm.
guy.
I believe
Is
so.
it his venture?
He does have some kind of decent operation of some sort, so I assume yes.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we're on the right path then.
I don't know what's her, fucking grudge with goblins, but honestly, a lot of people have grudges against us.
Wait,
But for
I
these
feel
guys
like-
in particular, they're against her. But even before that, wait, was she? Hold on. How long ago did we first meet her? Was that within the 3 months?
it was just before 3 months.
So, hey, are there any passages of reading and stuff like that on her fucking stupid ass thoughts before that? Like when she's still with her pops? Mentions that horse? Anything about that horse? What's the deal with that?
Let me take a look. Though I have to say, this young lady is not good at keeping up a steady timeline with her entries.
You start flipping through, and you're trying to find any reference towards the Nightmare Fold. You're not finding anything. Anything to do with the father, you don't really hear, you don't see anything written about a father, just a caretaker named Rubor.
There's no entry of the father, only some fella named Rhubarb.
I feel like we did a history check on this. Did we do a history check recently to determine if we remembered in character what killed her parents?
You did, and
we
you
did
couldn't
not
remember.
Okay.
You couldn't remember. You didn't
I
roll
need
high
to
enough.
verify because I remember. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you do remember, I
no,
can say that is
me as a
Howard.
person.
Yeah, but I can say if you do remember, like, if you made note of that.
Yeah,
you
but
can
if we
use
did that history check, I want to keep it to what we did.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just saying that you do have an out on this one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
It just gives me more grudge for her later.
Juju's like, let me give you the tea. Side chat. Yeah, so where were we? Yeah, Rubor. You keep hearing about Rubor, but not anything else. A lot of it seems just like a lot of pent up rage and anger.
Nothing about her actual parents?
Nothing.
Does not appear so.
Right.
So we didn't find anything else in this whole place but a book and dresses.
And
A
this
couple of
locket.
books.
And a necklace.
Well, we also know that they're using more than just fire elementals now. She's been using the earth elementals to dig this place and keep it hidden, which is a problem.
Earth, fire. The hell's next? Wind?
They've had those already, yes.
Oh, great. Earth, wind, and fire.
And water.
On
And
and on.
mixers.
See what you did there.
It's already
Do
good.
you
past-
remember the 21st night?
Of September?
The what?
Stop that, the lot of you.
Sorry.
It was great.
Musical puns are my shtick, man. That's all I've got. All right. Well, should we keep on looking?
Yeah. I would think this would have more things, like important shit.
I'm keeping this diary.
Good.
And I'll keep the locket.
Excellent. You keep searching the room. It's still fairly quiet. But generally, you're just finding a lot of small little knickknacks, some leftover foodstuffs. Not a lot of things. Don't feel like she carries a lot of money out on this part.
You know, I have an idea.
Me too. I was gonna go through this diary and like make a bunch of corrections, and then like the next time we see her, I was gonna be like, "This is a very sad handwritten book you have."
But then you throw it at her head?
Just for you, Spleen.
Yeah. Yes.
That is.
All right.
Nah. I already burned a lot of stuff. She's gonna be cautious. Shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that ship probably sailed would have sailed the second she realized we stole her diary and her book and her locket. So, I'd say lighting fire to things ain't so much,
I had a thought suddenly of how poetic it would be if we hid this bag of devouring right here somewhere that she would, reach into it unknowingly.
I mean, you can still do that.
She's pretty cautious. This place is pretty ransacked. I don't know if I could hide it very.
You want me to give it a try? I'm good at, hiding aces up my sleeve. I think I could make it look innocuous enough.
I also kind of don't want to leave it here in case she does find it and use it to cause more trouble.
Fair.
But I'm gonna dump out what's in it real quick. Flip it right side in, and just start tossing her stuff in it. Careful not to put my damn hand in it.
I mean,
Well, shit.
Yep.
Remind me never to get on your bad side.
Alrighty.
And then I will unwrite it, and put the stuff back in it. Well, shall we keep going? See if we can route any more assholes in here.
Sounds good. Yimmer, you and me.
Yep, seems good.
All right. Sneaky time. Sparkly pink, don't fail me.
Make stealth checks of the lot of you.
Nat 20. Finally.
Nice. Hey, nat 20. Sparkly pink it is.
Hey, I
So
actually
for a total of
decent.
26 for me.
26.
Nice.
It just disappeared.
Stealth
Oh
buddies.
wait, was it just those two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh damn it!
they're scouting. They're doing their thing. No,
Just did a
Yeah.
17 on nothing.
It was a 16, but yeah.
No, I thought we all had to roll, and so I
that's fair. I didn't distinguish between the lot of y'all.
I thought about it after.
It makes sense doing that.
There's a
Yimmer, Diamondback, you kind of just slip out the door and soon, Howard, Lowenthal, clean. You step up, you look out. Where the fuck did they go? Without a trace, they just left.
Guys.
We still see them from where we are.
Yes, you do.
Shoot a message over. Look a bit more to your right. We're going on ahead.
Oh.
I look to the left.
You see the grumpy smile of Diamondback as he's smiling at you. You see the finger guns. It melts right into the shadows.
It would have been good if I had that prepared today. I just kind of mutter back through the message.
It's all good.
Moving
As long
on
as I can-
forward, you guys start going through the slalom of this tunnel. It's still very much compacted, a couple bits of cobblestone here and there, and some support walls kind of hold some things up. But this place does look fortified, and now that you kind of understand that Earth Elementals had dug this place out, you understand why this was hard packed. You keep coming forward, and all you hear is the clunking of boats and river water running. Moving on forward, you feel fairly confident in your stealthing abilities.
Yep.
You come up, and you see another dock section. It looks like a more extensive docking network with a river that's flowing through. There are a couple of bridges that go across, and a couple of doors. This place does still keep going. Like, this will, like, on the other side, you do see more of an open cavern following through. But within this room, there are a couple of doors. You see basically a dock with a bunch of crates, boats. It looks all abandoned.
Well, I guess signal them to come, like everyone to join us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks empty up ahead.
This gives me a dysuria.
Oh, what?
You ate another
Is
mushroom or
released.
sorry, I don't speak Goblin.
I do.
You mean deja vu? When you see things twice?
I think that's called have vision. Because you have
You
two
feel
eyes.
like
so-
you've encountered it
Ooh.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that deja vu? You're right. Hey,
Close enough.
Hey, deja vu.
Yeah, deja vu. That's what I know.
Yeah, I
just
was
let
like,
them have this?
Mm-hmm.
dysuria. I don't. Yeah.
I took 4 psychic damage.
If I can, I'd like to have a look around to see if there's anything untoward happening, any more runes like the one we encountered on the way into the last room.
No.
Hmm.
No, it's fairly clean. You're kind of getting the point that this place was made not to be found.
Let's see if just kind of check one of the crates if I can
Yeah.
sort out and sort of tip open the lid.
I'll help with that.
Okay, I was gonna say make a strength check with advantage.
It's good because my strength is terrible.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just standing by.
Ooh, even with advantage, not great. That is going to be a 9, down from a 10 on the die.
Oh, buddy.
I need to work out.
You start prying Mogenthau and Diamondback. You're like, this is actually kind of like secured in together. Spleen, Howard, Yimmer.
Oh my god, move!
I mean, with your strength modifier alone, I would just be able to like, okay, you just need somebody to hold you up. You'd be like, here.
Cannot give you a boost.
Not by the armpits, around the waist. I gotta use my arms.
Okay, so this is how I see this happening. Diamondback and Mogenthau, you lift Spleen up enough just to get her underneath the lid of the crate. She lifts up, but by virtue, she pushes your arms down.
Oh.
What's your freaking weird? I don't say this often. Put your back into it, but don't do that all the time. It's bad for you.
You mind if I give my knees a shot instead?
Why didn't you use that first?
I was trying. I'm not strong.
You guys are a bunch of morons.
Kimmer's just watching this, munching on some mushrooms. Yep.
After about 3 minutes of trying, you guys eventually do get it open. You realize it's because Yimmer actually pointed out that there was a latch on the backside. You were trying to open up the wrong way.
Thank you as always for your sharp observations, Yim.
Well, you seemed so invested in it. I didn't want to, take away your thunder.
Yeah, just
Read
give me a
this
second
my
here.
pants. Almost pull my pants down. I mean, if you're wanting something, you just gotta ask.
Okay, that was not me.
Mogenthau, you saucy feller.
Now, wait.
You get the crate open, and you see mushrooms. They're just there. They're not creating spores. They're not doing anything. They're just mushrooms. They're king's head mushrooms.
Already got a bunch of them.
You know, you mentioned in one of those diary entries that they were having trouble keeping up with these.
So it would seem.
I imagine
Think
it would not behoove them if more of them were to just vanish.
Good idea. Yimmer, me, let's just eat them all. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I-
Starts
Yeah.
eating them.
I mean, you don't have to eat them all.
What do you mean?
You could save some for later, and
What if we toss them in the water?
or we could put them in the bag of devouring.
Just give us a few more hours. We can get them. We can get them all.
Chew and swallow now.
My God, he's multiplied.
Yeah, I told you, mushrooms are the best.
If you just give us a few hours,
We'll
we
have
can
these
do
right
it.
on.
I mean, if you want to stay here for a few hours, but won't you get bored?
You see Bree just jump into the mushroom pit.
Serious?
Can I do some sort of check to see if there would be any adverse effects if we were to throw them into the watery areas?
I'd be disappointed.
That
Make,
would be the adverse event.
It's an adverse effect.
actually, you don't need to make a check with that one.
Yimmer will remember this.
From what you had understood and what you know of Troll's Bane, that like soggy mushrooms are just soggy mushrooms. There really isn't any detrimental effect of throwing mushrooms into the water.
So burn
As far
them.
as you see. Well, you want to burn them.
What is the best way to follow through on what Howard is suggesting, yet not hurt any of our allies or, innocent people?
I mean, throwing them in the water is probably going to be your best bet. Easiest way to get rid of them.
The river will just take it
Devouring will get rid of
away.
them all.
Fill up
Real
your bags
fast.
with what you want to eat, and the rest are going in the river.
Somebody whose arms are slightly thicker than your average limp noodle maybe take care of the pushing part. That lift kind of took it out of me.
Diamond noodle.
I'm gonna start
Noodle back.
emptying the bag of devouring. Get ready to flip it back right side in.
And please don't call me Noodleback too often.
Noodle back it is.
This is how you
Okay.
remind me of how I really am.
Yeah. Okay, just casually taking your name off the list of priority healing targets anyway.
It's not like her to say sorry. I'm sorry. You brought the part out of me.
Look at this photograph.
I feel like dumping them in the water, the only problem is they could easily retrieve that. Well, I say easily. It'd be time consuming, but
It's a flowing river. Like, it's not so much as like
okay. Never
like
mind.
there's a steady stream going right through. It's not like rapids, but you throw a thing in water, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's not just gonna sit there. Okay, never mind.
I mean,
Ignore me.
somebody's gonna find them eventually, but who knows? Maybe it'll be somebody what needs them. After all, redistributing the wealth is kind of my thing.
Good to know. Don't redistribute mine, I need it.
Hey, fair enough.
It will get redistributed on its own. I don't keep it very long.
Yeah, no worries, partner. We all need what we need to get by in the world.
So there's still. What were you looking for? Oh, Spleen. Spleen is about to do something. I interrupted them.
Oh, I'm gonna dump it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Go for it.
easy enough. Easy enough. You flip them up and over, and you get. Yeah, they tip over. It's with a little bit of help and some leverage. Tip them over out into the river. You see all of them pour right out. I'm assuming you've retrieved Bree before you did it.
Yeah, she's gonna get a stomach ache. She doesn't know when to stop.
You pull her out. You pull her out by her tail. And you see her wiggling, and you have one big red one in her mouth.
Hey! Last one. Okay, now watch, Mama. All right, we watch. Hey, focus.
And like I said before, flip over. Out they go. And then there's a bunch of different crates in here as well. Some with Menestad logos, some with Bloknesvik logos, Onver. There's a couple other town names in there as well. But ultimately, like, do you flip them all, or?
I mean, after opening them to see if they are mushrooms, they go in and take in a dupe. If they're not mushrooms,
Are
I
any
let
of
the
them
smart people decide.
full of sending stones?
More rocks!
You should chuck them.
This is dumb.
All right, so if you guys are going to take the time to investigate everything, make investigation checks, please.
All right. He's
11.
abandoned me.
I got a 20 again.
Nice.
You got a 20. So 20 Spleen,
7.
7 Diamondback,
9.
9 Mogatel,
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20,
11.
and 11. Cool. So, Mr. 20s,
That was a nat 20, by the way.
I know. You're getting lumped in. You're gonna like this. This is your get along shirt. Searching around, you start you start recognizing that there are certain shapes and things do what things to like square boxes are meant for the mushrooms that are meant raw. Things that are barreled are obviously something that are holding some sort of liquid. And you find a couple other small crates. You open them up, and they look like more foodstuffs, like more dried, like dried apples and more like cured meats and whatnot. Stuff meant to last a very long time. You keep on searching through. You end up finding a half-broken crate. Opening it up, you find 2 stones. And this is for the both of you. For Mogan Thou, looking along.
Yeah. These look like
In-
something important to you?
Yeah.
Upon them, you see a runic scrawling on top of them. Mogan Thou, make an Arcana check.
Not great, not great. Calculating.
They're rocks.
That's a 12.
A 20?
12.
12. Well, my hearing went out the window with that one.
No, I was a little not great with the push to talk here.
Seize. Alright. They look familiar. That runic inscriptions look familiar. But it does look important.
Howard, can I get your keen eye over here real quick?
Sure, what you need?
We got some stones.
Stones? Got a few minutes?
I don't think we're going anywhere.
Alright.
You don't need a few minutes. I know what those are.
You know what they are?
Yeah.
Please make a history check. Howard, are you casting Identify or are you...
I am waiting for this answer.
It's a 2.
They're just fucking rocks.
They're just fucking rocks. Like they're just rocks. Like with the symbols and stuff. Like, you know, the shit that they do is probably something to make their little traps. And also, like, they look really like freaking, I don't know, something I've seen before, and like they're just rocks you throw. I was told that these are throwing rocks. Rocks throwing. There's rocks. It's a fucking rock.
I'm gonna circle back around to this conversation in about 11 minutes, okay, Spleen?
You sit there and you start ritually casting Identify. While you're doing this, Diamondback, Spleen, you're still searching through crates. You're finding different types of mushrooms. You're not... Actually, the both of you make nature checks, unless Yimmer wants to be in a part of this.
Oh, yes. All about the
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mr. Local Mushroom Expert.
Yeah,
Call
exactly.
him over. Yim! Mush!
Yep. Oh, it's me. What do I see?
So what'd you get there?
It's negatives.
Investigation? Is it?
Nature.
Oh, nature. 16 plus
Minus 16 as
0.
well.
16.
16 minus 1. 15.
Oh,
I'm back.
Let's see here. That's a 4. You are
4?
going back in dice jail. I gave you a reprieve and you have wasted it.
Repeat
nice
offender. Felony. That's a felony here. Yeah, you guys start finding more plowed earth, spotted cornus.
Ooh,
A lot of these seem to have the trait of being edible mushroom.
yeah,
Like,
these
if
are all-
this place was meant to create poisons, they're doing a terrible job by not bringing in poisonous things.
yeah, you'd actually have quite a nice meal with all these. Again, soup. I stand by it again. I got attacked by soup. So, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see any reason why that wouldn't be the case. That one's yummy. That one's really yummy. That one needs to be sliced up a little, but put a little spice with that soup. Oh, it is just to die for. But you won't die. You'll feel like you've gone to heaven. But again, you did not die. It's great.
You keep
What if
No.
you keep
that
tracking these crates back and forth, and you end up on one crate that's just different. It's like it is a barrel, but it's about the size of spleen. Usually, you're dealing with like these giant, more human-sized things. And then there's a note on top, and it says, "Last batch. You're not getting any more for a while. Handle with care."
And I don't know. I can't read.
I'm gonna see if I can try and stop Spleen from just wrenching it open.
Oh,
Yeah.
Queen, make a strength check. Diamondback, make a dexterity check.
Okie dokie.
Okay, hold on.
Oh god, I am rolling like shit tonight.
Oh shit.
Just be glad it's on checks and whatnot.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, I have advantage. Strength takes me to push, pull, lift, or break objects.
Oh no.
As crack bear. Wow.
Oh god.
22 strength.
Oh yeah.
Spleen, you get about 3/4 of the way up of lifting this thing open before you hear it have a hand hit down.
What are you doing?
Diamondback, you're kind of bent over pretty far because, well,
Yeah.
you gotta bend over to
Look.
hit.
If this is to be handled with care, I mean, we're in a place that's trying to manufacture a disease and set it out across the known continent. We might want to look before we
And
leap.
you back up.
I'd listen
Yeah.
to her. Noodle
Yep.
on,
All right.
noodle back.
Ugh. Definitely taking your name off the list of priority healing targets.
Oh, I just had to say it once.
When the pit bull growls, you you pull back.
Teeth bared.
Sorry, Pomeranian. There we go. You open it up. You look in, and there's a secondary container in there. It looks like a bunch of glass vials, and they're
Say-
all the green liquids that you've seen before.
It's just glass with the green soup.
Oh, soup. Yimmer rushes over.
Nothing I smell. Nothing open. Because that stuff smelled bad. So it's not bad now.
So Yimmer will grab a couple vials of the stuff.
They're corked. They're corked, and they're corked very well. These vials are very much not like test tubes, but like beakers.
Oh, they're quite sizable.
They're quite sizable. Like these
Oh,
are.
okay.
They're not. They're not small in comparison, but it's still just like they're decently sized.
Yeah, they're beakers, not like small.
They're not like these little
Vials.
test tube things.
I gotcha. Okay.
Why would they have a big pit of that, but then have small little cups, glass bottles of it.
Like
And
there's
1 crate barrel.
well, it did say this was the last one, so the
Can
thing
I
is, was this coming here or leaving?
can I also do some sort of check to see if they're exactly the same or just similar looking?
I have a water skin full.
I mean, at that point, it's perception checks. Because you're trying to distinguish liquids.
Can I help?
Yeah, because I'm assuming you're pouring. What are you pouring it into, or what are you doing with it? With your wineskin of unknown liquids.
I could just pour one of them out. There's a bunch of vials of it. And be like,
You start pouring. So, Mogenthal, you look at the liquid, you start giving it a shake. It's fairly thick. Spleen, you start pouring your things out, and it's watery. It's very liquidy. It's the consistency of water.
The
different.
perception check would be a 25, by the way.
25? Discerning this, you realize it's a concentrate.
I pass this info on to the group.
All right.
Alright, so you gotta concentrate on it.
Would I be able to discern if, I guess, the concentrate is poisonous then? Or like, basically, I'm trying to discern are the addition of mushrooms the key factor to making that, so to speak?
You're asking these questions in your head, and you're thinking, how can this do this? Can this do that? And you realize this requires a lot of time and an actual testing area. Being in the middle of a enemy compound may not give you enough time to do any of that. To check if something is poisonous, there's only a couple of ways of doing that. One of them is ingesting. And knowing
Yes, I
Yimmer's
my D20's ready.
your D20 is ready. I'm not asking you to take a sip. I'm literally telling you the only couple options that you can think of off the top of your head for doing that is to either taste it or pour it onto a living like plant life, and then try and work your way up to see what kind of varying degrees of what it could be is. Again, this is all experimentation.
Yeah, and Yimmer would have done stuff like that in the past. All right.
Let's just bag it and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, Mo, you're pretty sure this is not good stuff?
Quite certain.
Okay, well,
And
just this once, I will not taste it.
Finishing, Howard, 10 minutes comes up. It is a stone of sending.
Yeah, seems right. Spleen, they're not just rocks. Usually things that have runes carved into them are not just rocks. Well, let me rephrase that. They're usually not just rocks anymore. They may have been just a rock beforehand. And I will inform them what the items are.
Cool. You do just that.
So you talking to the rock, you're saying.
Yeah.
So sending stone is not another way to say throwing rock.
Correct. Who told you that?
Nobody.
All right.
Straight face, that is even better. Fuck.
Well,
Howard is just looking at her confused.
Well, this could be pretty darn handy for keeping in touch with each other.
Yeah, I know another way to keep in touch. It's been
You
a
are a
while.
delight.
It's been a while.
Good to know.
Thanks. I am a delight. I'm glad you finally noticed. I'm really trying.
Well,
Okay.
we want to keep one of those rocks with the scouting team and one with the not scouting team for now, just in case we really get separated.
It's not a bad idea.
Probably also give them to people who don't have the message.
Yeah,
I
good
hand
call.
one to Hal.
And one to Hal. Sorry. Why, thank you.
Why does Hal get to have it?
I don't know, Spleen. I think you would just throw it.
Nuh-uh.
Now, what
Me.
happens if you throw one,
No.
but you speak into the other? Does your voice just go, ah?
Can we test it? Wait.
We're definitely testing that back at the guild.
That sounds like a fun night to me. Yeah,
For
I
those
got
of
a
you
couple
who
more
have
doors
access
here.
to the sending spell, please take a quick look at it.
It'd be a great distraction. Throw it. Fuck you.
This is not a walkie-talkie. It's literally just one point to another. It's not a walkie-talkie. It's what it is.
Sound fun? Anyways, I think we found all that needs to be found here. Shall we keep moving?
Oh,
Well, I
wait,
got
wait.
some.
Oh,
We have one of the vials, right? Of the
oh, I have a.
the
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, I thought we
Yeah.
were. Sorry, wrong accent. I thought we were taking all of them.
Are we taking all of it? Because I could break him. Can I break him? Can I break
Would
half?
do that.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
That might be hazardous, Spleen. Let's just. I was just gonna
I think-
hold up the
yeah.
bag.
I do think we got some additional doors we ain't checked out yet, though. If we
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
Well, someone put them there, so we may as well go.
I want to damage this operation as much as possible.
Well, in that case, we want to skip the lockpicking and go right to boots.
Yeah. That.
You
Yes.
just made her day.
I'm trying to
Right.
earn my way back out of Noodleback.
Good luck. It's sticking like a noodle on a wall. Hey, show me the door, God. Where is it? Let me at him.
I'm still reeling from the fucking joke Matt said before. I've lost all concentration for a second.
Make a concentration check.
Oh,
Yes, more psychic damage to the DM.
Woo.
actually, one. I'm gonna roll my psychic damage. That's another 4. Fucking damn it!
He's
So
maxing
God
it
can
out.
bleed. We can kill God. He's
Okay.
got HP.
So, okay, what are you guys doing?
Find the door. Kick the door. Fuck shit up. Break.
Okay, so there
Stomp.
are two doors. They're about 3 meters apart. There's no real discerning what goes where.
The one on the left. Yes, that one.
You go.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Kick it down.
Strength check.
Check if it's open first. Okay. No?
I just
Oh.
I just
Natural
put a
20
hand
for-
up to you.
Yeah, natural
just,
20.
Okay.
you know,
For
let her do her
24.
thing.
I'm like, hey, get back.
24. Walk up, boosh! Door breaks in. It's right off its hinges, and what was locked still stays there. It's very much classic cartoon. Just but the door only goes about 3 feet before you realize, oh, it's a supply closet. You see a bunch of oars and some life preservers, rope, lanterns.
This is a
Right.
very boring secret evil base.
I'm just pointing at the other door. Round 2?
I can grab some of that rope if I can.
I'll go ahead and guide her.
You're gonna guide her to kick the door in.
Because fuck that door.
I keep forgetting to use this cantrip, so why the fuck not?
What's guy do? Why are you
Plus-
holding my hand? Why?
Add 4 to your roll.
A D4.
Yeah, I rolled it and it's 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the second one's. So, okay, so plus 8. Okay. 18 plus 8. 26. Yeah, 18 plus
What was once a door and a frame was now not either. Everything shatters within a cacophony of
When life has no doors open for you, you make your own door.
Holy shit, that's actually a pretty good one.
And this door does go down a fair bit. There's another way.
Spleen, have you ever been made to take philosophy lessons?
What?
Never mind. Forgot to ask.
I'm good at filling your philosophy.
Nice.
She got you there.
Hey, hold now. More.
Excuse me?
What? What? What?
So,
I'm confused.
Everyone's like, what? What? What?
so there's another passageway past that door?
That is correct.
So we have a choice between that passage and then just continuing down what we're already in. Is that correct?
Correct. Actually, who's close to the door that Spleen just kicked in?
I probably backed up a little bit, so I'm like 10 feet
I would have
away.
assumed Spleen and I, since I
Yeah,
guided
'cause-
her.
Yeah, he was
I wouldn't
holding
be
my
close.
hands for a little bit.
Make perception checks, the both of you.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah. Nice. Oh, I'm 18. 2 perception.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, 22 perception.
Also
Okay.
25.
Whoa.
After the loud noise, everything goes quiet. And then you start hearing just a groaning noise. It almost sounds pained.
Sorry, I'm bad at math. That is a 26.
Okay, you really hear that groaning.
It's
It's just
scary,
slightly
though.
louder for you.
Imagining like his elf ears like twitching.
And like both your ears are going at once. It's like watching two dogs just like. And then you start smelling a stink of. It's not rancid, but it's pretty foul.
Just
We're gonna need that Febreze up here.
Howard comes up, or Halsterian comes up. Oh, let me do it. And he starts doing prestidigitation.
I'll assist him with it.
I
Nice.
would like to burp down the tunnel.
And it goes down.
That's a pretty good one, Spleen.
I think there's someone down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
good or bad?
I don't
Someone.
know. They sound hurt. And they smell bad. Or it just smells bad down there.
Rig,
Well,
maybe?
I guess one way to find out.
Yim has like 120 good vision. Would I see a back to the cavern? Or whatever passage that is?
You do look down, and I mean, it's just fairly. It's a stairwell going down.
Oh, it's a stairwell. Okay.
It's a stairwell going down. Like it does start going down. I'm at a lack of words. I've hit a point where I think the heat of the day has finally messed with me.
Yep. Oh, good.
For all of you who don't know, it was 44 degrees Celsius or 110 degrees
Whoa.
Fahrenheit
Yeah.
up here.
No, thank you.
Didn't get quite that high for me over here, but it reached triple digits for me. So
Yeah, it's
Fahrenheit.
it was hot. So forgive me if I'm getting all fried a little.
Mm-hmm.
It's hat.
I was like me at the beginning.
Nonetheless,
Yeah. Well, if Yimmer doesn't see anything, well, should we go check it out?
As
Yeah.
well.
Team frontal, go. Team
Right.
back door. You go, you back.
Okay. Team full frontal, here we go.
All right.
Frontal.
Before joining Yimmer, was I able to recover any like reasonable length of rope from that supply closet?
you found a good 30-foot lengths of rope.
Nice.
You
Grab
kind of
them.
figure, oh, it's your standard like shipping rope, good for hitching your boats and tying them up to, or more them on the dock, I should say.
Grab one for myself, toss another over to Yimmer. Never know when you're going to need extra rope.
Kinky.
Amen. Amen to that.
All right.
You start going down, and the stench is getting rather foul.
Even for me, this is getting a bit bad.
Pull my bandana up over my nose.
It does nothing.
Hal and I are attempting.
Yeah. It's
Well,
not
you guys, Hal and Howard are not there.
Oh yeah, we're well.
Oh, it's just you
we're-
two right now.
frontal.
Oh, okay.
Full frontal. Like, so I'm assuming you guys are going down stealthily.
Oh yes.
Good.
Yep.
Oh no. I was doing that out loud again.
Oh, Jesus H. Natural 1.
Oof. 11.
Again, you guys start going. I think the new robe hasn't latched itself right to you, Diamondback, and Yimmer. You're doing it again. You thought you're being cheeky, but now you're just being annoying.
You get a message from Mogenthal. It's just like, you're stepping on your bagpipes again.
Wait.
Right. Hard to concentrate on being quiet when you're choking on. Oh, hell, I don't even want to think.
Eventually, you make it down, and you find a room full of cages and what looks to be prison bars. This room smells absolutely foul. I'd like the both of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh, damn. Oh, God, I don't think I've only rolled one thing above a 10 today. That's a 9.
19.
19. 19 and a 10. Yimmer, you can stomach this. You've smelled some pretty foul things in your lifetime. I mean, the both of you have, but this is just there's just something real foul about it. You start walking around, and the groans start growing louder. They are louder here.
Hmm.
All around, it smells of urinification and blood.
Yep. Yep.
You keep walking around, and you go up to one of the prison cells, and you see 4 goblins in there.
What,
One is groaning hard. One doesn't seem to be moving whatsoever. Another one looks to be out and breathing very heavily. And another one is just... Ugh. You look at him, and you see, like, a very soiled, but very well-tailored, like, pieces of clothing. And long pointed ears, but one of them has a good chunk taken right out of it. But it doesn't look to be like a fresh injury. It looks to be like an old wound that had healed over. This person doesn't look like he's been touched whatsoever. A couple bruisings and whatnot, but did you just make a Three Bears joke?
I'm sorry, it popped into my head. I don't know why.
It's going just right.
Oh, baby.
I'm putting this chat away now.
The entire chat has been sent to horny jail.
I think we would probably be making our way down.
Yeah. What was the name of the goblin who hired us for this again?
Gelvin Clevis.
Gelvin. Y'all wouldn't happen to work for Gelvin, would you?
2 of them look up. Another one has ripped and torn clothing, signs of fighting and struggles, and one with a crooked nose and a bunch of teeth missing. He looks up. It's about time he sent a person to come get us.
Yeah. Happy to get you out. One on the ground. They okay?
I think Nalk over there has picked the bucket. The other one, who seems to be more fine, just says, "Seems like they were fighting us. I don't know what for. They just threw Nalk and Chigats in there."
Well, have they captured any more of you or anyone else down here?
We've been left here for a couple days now.
Right, well, there's at least one passage back that's safe to get out of. So you said they got jammed a couple of days ago. Did you get any look of anything when you were dragged down here, or did they blindfold you?
No, they just left us. I've been here for about a week. Over
Yeah.
there, he points to the one who has a bunch of his teeth missing. He's been here for a couple weeks. Chizak and Nalt. Never seen him in my life. But they just recently kicked the bucket.
Damn.
It's strong in here.
Do all of y'all come down, I guess?
Yep.
I'm coming
The
down.
rest of y'all come down?
Yeah.
The rest of y'all make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, I guess prestidigitation's doing something because that's a natural 20.
Nice.
Whoa. 18.
21. Yeah.
So Morgoth turns off to the corner and just starts vomiting because they rolled a 6.
Oh yeah. As someone who is well accustomed to the wains and cries of war and everything bad smell and nastiness that comes with it. Sometimes getting caught off guard just. And you do so.
Yeah. Well, let's get you out of here at least. Like I said, there's a. I kind of like try to basically give as basic a description of the route we took down as possible. You head on back that way, you shouldn't run into trouble.
There's only one problem. My leg's broke.
Well,
Eric speaks up.
Yeah, mine's hurt as well.
all right.
I think you're gonna have to carry us out of here.
I think we might be able to avoid that. I'll.
Yes, they broke your legs, huh?
Yeah. Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Hey, there's
You
a nat
from
20.
going anywhere?
That's 25 in total.
Having met many goblin in your lifetime, you've learned the telltale signs of when they're lying. Their generally ears will twitch just a tad, and they'll have a little squint in their eye. Maybe a tad tilt in their head. They'd have no telltale signs of any sort of lie or mischievous intentions.
Right. Out of character question, if I were to cast Healing Word, would that like cure the leg break or?
You don't know?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
tap Hal on the shoulder and we're gonna start casting floating discs.
Oh,
It'll take a few minutes, but
well, that's a better idea than what I had, I think.
It's fancy.
Yeah. Hey, Mogan, you ever been able to set a broken bone with magic, or does it just like stitch up cuts?
What kind of check do I need to make to answer this question?
You could do either medicine or arcana. Or religion.
Okay.
Whatever one suits your fancy. Please tell me which one you're going for, though.
Well, just my luck. They're all the same modifier for me.
So which one are you going for?
It doesn't matter because that's going to be like an 11.
But I need to know which one I need to describe.
Okay, let's do Arcana.
Arcana? In the healing arts of magic, setting a broken bone isn't exactly as easy as you may think it can be. You got to make sure it's put in the proper spot, and if you're lucky that it doesn't have any chips or fragments that have been splintered into the muscle, ligaments, and whatnot, and the tendons itself. It takes a bit of time of feeling it out to do such. Yes, you can heal the wound to where it doesn't hurt a hell of a lot, but to do a proper set and make sure it heals properly still takes time and tending. The art of arcana-based healing magics can definitely help accelerate it, but you still need to know what you're doing to make sure that it heals right and proper. Even then, that's still no guarantee.
I pass that on.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely better than my idea then.
Hey, you kind of look like say some Gelvin's group.
That's because I am a part of his crew.
Hi, we're here to rescue you and kill these guys and stop them in their tracks. Sent by your leader. Ta-da! You're saved by your saviors.
Ert just looks over to Fiact.
Well, it looks like we're saved.
Yeah. Let's get you out of this shitty place.
Yeah.
Almost
You-
feels like home, right?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Yeah.
Definitely fair.
So you pick up all 4 goblins.
Yeah, I like to pick them up gently.
Yeah. So
Um,
one of them is a deceased body. Another one is breathing heavily, but out and very heavily wounded. This goblin is bleeding rather hard.
Oh, like dying, you would
You
say?
think so? You think so?
I will spare the dying then,
Mm.
because I can do that.
Cool. How do you do that? What do you do?
he loves kiss. I'm sorry, GT. Can you do that again?
Give me a kiss.
I just reach into my, I know it says verbal somatic, but whatever. Reach into chest pocket and there's, as he takes his hand out, there's kind of like a light translucent liquid on his hands or on
Yeah.
his hand, and he just kind of lies it on the guy's forehead or their forehead.
Yep.
Just says, yeah, you can walk it off. You'll be all right.
You place the hand on the forehead. You say your words, and you feel like just a release of tension in the body. Like you never realized there was a tenseness within this body until it just kind of loosed itself.
It was the rigor mortis. Almost got you.
Hey, I got you, kid. You'll be okay. You'll live.
Yeah.
Like you
So
said,
Spleen, you're
yeah.
carrying the one that's still unconscious.
I got
And I
you.
mean, it's easy enough given your strength and what you can't do. I'm not even gonna get you to roll it.
Yeah. I'm being very gentle.
Okay, make a dexterity
Very
check.
gentle. I'm trying to, yeah.
All right. So what are the rest of y'all doing? How you doing? What are you doing to help? How you doing? Do what now? Have you ever been?
Initiate floating discs.
So you're gonna initiate the floating disc. How are you gonna do this? So, like you're gonna set them
Oh,
underneath.
we're ritually casting them so that we have
But
the discs to float.
like, are you starting underneath them? Are you gonna pick them up and put them on said disc?
Oh no, we'll pick them up, put them on. Or more
Okay,
likely,
I'd
let
like
Spleen
to-
do it.
Mogenthal, what are you up to?
It seems pretty well taken care of. Let me spell. I can do a prayer of healing real quick. How many are there again?
There are 3 that are alive.
Okay, and how many of us need healing?
I'm good.
I'm okay.
Yeah, the DM does have a scar.
Yeah.
You could use a little
on.
bit, but not much.
I'll go ahead and do that. Like, I know I need some healing. Does anybody else need any?
I'm down just
I
a
can-
little bit.
I'm down 9 points.
Are you putting your hand up saying you need healing, Diamondback, or no?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So then I will do the 3 goblins, myself, Howard, and Yimmer.
Yay!
Okay.
Does that dead body have a scar? Does it have the brand?
You take a quick look. It does. The rest of the boys are all wearing high collared shirts and like bow ties and whatnot. Very, very in tune with what Gelden requires for
Okay.
their boys.
That is 9 points for everyone.
Yay! That's
Sweet.
exactly what I needed. Pull that last little crick out of my neck. Thank you.
I'm just gonna bend down towards the corpse and pat it on the cheek side where the brand is. Yeah. Not a lot of luck in life. I get it. Rest easy. I put 2 fingers on the forehead like this, claws down to scrape to get some blood, and then I bring it to my forehead and scrape right here.
Fiacton looks over. Ah, one of the old ways.
Yeah. It's best to hold on to things that can't change and things that can't be manipulated in the afterlife. The spirit can't be touched.
And they repeat it back. They both in tandem say, "The spirit can't be touched."
All right.
They do look at the branding mark on your neck there, spleen. And Yimmer, these are the same brands that you had seen way back from when we started the campaign. I forgot to keep mentioning that. Man,
Okay.
yeah.
All good.
Is there anything past where they are?
I forgot to mention
No,
that.
it was pretty much like an end thing.
Bird pipes up. We've been left here for a couple days now. We don't know what happened. All I heard was evacuation, and then that was it.
Any idea how long ago?
Couple days. We haven't been fed,
Shit.
checked on.
Oh, you haven't eaten?
Mm-mm.
Loganthal gets out some of his rations and shares.
How do you like mushrooms?
We didn't put them all in the river, did we?
No.
You guys had grabbed a whole bunch.
Well, I'll give him some of the edible mushrooms.
They both start eating, and they look ravenous.
Don't eat
Yikes.
too quick, you'll give yourself a tummy ache.
We don't get those often. Well, there's certain. I would listen.
I mean, Spleen, I think it's been pretty few months since your last one.
Yeah, that's because apparently I was eating rotten meat.
Yeah.
Apparently. Which is fine.
Yep. You looked like you were enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll do better. I'll be stronger next time. Got a certain fermented taste to it. It's pretty nice. Try.
We gotta get out of here.
I'll pass. Y'all sit there and eat slowly. The discs will follow us on their own. You don't have to worry about walking or nothing.
Is any of them came down or anything? Because it's completely like, we haven't checked the whole place, but a good bit we've seen, and no one is here. Well, minus 3 people. Looks like there's supposed to be a lot more in this building, but it's
Well,
empty.
they said
So
they
far.
evacuated.
Yeah. How long ago did you say they talked about an evacuation order?
2
Couple
days,
days.
maybe.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's hard to tell time down here.
That it is.
I can imagine.
Eh,
Right, well, in that case, I say the hell with stealth. Let's just see if anybody is down here and get ourselves back
jeez.
topside.
Sounds like a plan.
I want more casualties.
It works for me.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same, Spleen.
You know they have another one.
Another one?
Another base.
Oh, yeah.
You know they do. Probably many.
Well, I mean, obviously under
We
the
have
damn
the map.
city.
We have a map. And they seem to be showing a lot of those rivers, so
That's true.
that's a lead of some sort.
Might be able to figure out where some of them are.
Okay.
Let's get out of here for now. See if we can find anything else. Get out of this
You take-
fucking smell.
Yeah. You take the floating discs. You take your goblin folk up with you back into the secondary dock areas. And so, do you go back the way you came, or do you continue forward?
Forward is downriver.
There's from the way I see it, like you came in from the north side, you hit the dock sections, you came in westward and hit the prisons, the prison and the storage, and so this route still keeps going down.
All in favor of going further?
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going.
You continue on, and again, this is a very winding path. It's not a lot of like straight structural lines. Everything that goes with it kind of seems to be following a natural flow to the earth. And so with that, you keep moving forward. And eventually you come to a door.
How stealthy do we want to be this time?
Loganthog guides Spleen again.
Hold my hand. Ha
Was that answers that?
We're gonna open the door with Spleen. The cleric picks up Spleen and smashes her against the door.
Only 2 this time.
ha.
I believe the term is when you beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Suck ass.
Ooh. Okay. We do the thing from like Romeo and Juliet where like I'm holding her hands and then she's like walking up on the wall and then kicks in the door.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool.
No, it's not Romeo and Juliet. It's Romeo Must Die. Sorry. Long live Aaliyah.
I'm gonna say, man,
So-
I'm gonna say, I know
Yeah,
my
but-
Shakespeare, that doesn't sound like what Shakespeare would do.
Bradford
I was
is
like,
really
I
up
don't,
in
I don't
stuff
know
work this year.
Juliet you watched, but like that sounds pretty cool.
It's a very
like-
90s movie.
Yeah, Michael
I'm
Bay's
like, there
Romeo
are
and
so
Juliet.
many versions of that story.
15.
And then if Romeo picked up Juliet and gave her a backspin, and she did a quick stick ass hurricane kick toward my.
Yeah.
Verily, he yoked Juliet at the door.
Oh, Romeo.
Yo.
Yeet me through the door.
An age for the millennium.
Oh my god. You
Okay,
know, I feel like
what are you doing?
listen, Mr. Smith, whatever. This is Mr. Romeo and Juliet.
Hey, what are you doing? You kicking the
I have
door?
15. Yeah, a
15?
15. Mhm.
Okay. Your foot goes through the door.
Oh,
Ah, shit. Not again.
Uh-oh.
He tries to pull her out.
Easy, easy. You make my pants tear. The straps take a while.
I assure you, this is not how I want to take your pants off.
You just need to ask.
Oh, consent is key.
Don't worry, Spleen.
Yes!
I can repair
I
them for
agree.
you.
Consent is sexy. Here, you
You
heard it
start-
here, kids.
You start pulling
Mushrooms.
Spleen
Consent
from the
sexy.
door. It doesn't take too long. As you do, the door opens inward. Spleen just kunk.
Whoa, I'm like hopping along with it. Whoa, whoa.
Pretty much. You get your foot out. The door's open, and you hit a T intersection. It looks familiar.
Mm.
Oh, hey. This is like a big circle square. Triangle.
Yeah.
Circle triangle. Circle triangle.
Spleen, you're taking 2 points of damage for trying that hard.
What did I roll? It's
I
already
rolled.
getting to my brain.
Oh, God. Ah,
You've subjected me enough of this.
why do I have a bloody nose?
Did you hit yourself with a door?
No. I thought too hard.
Oh, yes. That's what happens to people when I hit them with mockery or whispers. It kind of melts the brains.
That
I'm watching you. Don't do that again. That was.
No, I didn't do that just now. I assure you, you would have heard a melodious song if you did. You remember when I sang the "Oh Spleen"? You know.
Oh, spleen. Oh, spleen. Spleen.
Yep, exactly like that. Completely on tune.
Alright. So we're done here. We're leaving. Seems like
seem-
we're back to the front.
Yeah, seems the thing to do.
Yeah, this
This-
place bores me.
let's go visit.
Mhm.
Yep.
You guys start walking forward. I'm assuming you're not gonna follow stealth procedures. You're pretty dang
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We good.
Moving on forward, you're following your way back. It takes you a while, and the cold, damp air down here still gets colder as you move back on up, but it's as less stale as you can imagine it being. Heading up in the right corners, you'll eventually find your way back into the Ministad sewers with a couple of goblins in tow, heavily damaged and whatnot. With all the information that you have gathered, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I'm exhausted.
Yes, no.
I know, I see it, buddy. I feel
Yeah.
it too. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open because they burn.
I'm struggling here.
My
You all
makeup
look
is
like
hurting
you're
my eyes.
crashing. And it's a good stopping point.
Yeah,
It
no,
is.
I agree.
But just want to say thank you for everybody who has stayed along for the journey. And it's a pandemic. Don't be a dipshit. Love you all.
Imagine daring.
We got Pride merch. Remember,
Hey, Pride.
spend your money on Dire Bear merch. We can help support us, which means we can help give you great entertainment. But with that, I gotta ask you one question. Do you dare to imagine?
Oh.
Have a good night.
Good day.